Welcome to episode 5 of our Mediumship Training and Development series. In this episode, epic battle! Psychic versus medium. Who's going to win? Find out later. What types of mediums are there?
This series is an introduction to our Advanced Mediumship Training and Certification Program.
And make sure that you catch all of the videos in this series. We've got a link below where we cover the basic foundation of mediumship development.
Whether you're more advanced or just asking how do mediums work, this is the place for you.
So for those of you who are just getting to know us,
I'm Heather.
And I'm David.
From ZenRoseGarden.com,
home of Zen Ed Academy. Since 2008, we've helped thousands around the globe develop their psychic mediumship gifts with clarity and confidence using our signature NBA method.
As you come on, let us know where you're watching from.
And if you have any questions as we go, drop them in the comments.
So there's a lot of confusion out there about the different types of mediums. TV and the media tends to only show one type, and that is the platform message medium. We love platform message mediums, but There's a lot of other types. Before we break down the types of mediums there are in general, let's explore the difference between psychics and mediums.
We're going to oversimplify things. So to oversimplify it, a psychic picks up information from someone or something by using some extrasensory ability beyond the range of normal human senses. A medium still uses psychic senses, but as a vehicle to connect with someone who has passed or some spirit on the other side. It's really quite simple. The psychic senses are the tools. The tools are applied differently depending on who is using them.
So I want to take a moment and bust a myth that we don't hear anyone else talking about, okay? That myth is that a medium is not psychic, okay? And I want to explain why that is. When modern mediumship was kind of becoming a thing, they were very in tune with how they felt things and how they picked things up. And they were like, well, psychic information feels different than mediumship information. It does, but here's why. It's landing in different parts of the brain. So it still is coming through the brain and using psychic senses, but different parts of the brain are stimulated depending on the kind of work that you're doing. It's kind of old school versus new school. So old school, they really didn't have things like brain scans that could see what parts of the brain were stimulated. They just kind of said, well, this feels differently than when I'm doing psychic information, so it must not come through my psychic senses. It might not come through the brain directly. It just comes from here and I do magically.
Because it feels different, it must absolutely be different. So instead of being psychic information that feels one kind of way, they were in some other kind of feel, all up in their feels. Anyway, so because it felt different, they made a distinguishing awareness or a distinguishing box that they put it in. This is psychic information, this is mediumship information, and because they feel different, they are not the same.
When a medium is practicing mediumship, a different set of psychic senses might kick in that feel differently than the psychic clairs that you're using when you are doing psychic work.
A medium is always a psychic. A psychic is not always a medium. Okay, so the big difference, once again to clarify, is that a psychic is picking up information person to person, whereas a medium is picking up information from spirit to person.
It's still psychic information, it's just, is the person alive or dead?
The freeway that they are using is still the psychic freeway. They're both driving on the same freeway, they're just using two different cars.
Within mediumship, there are several types of mediums, but the skills themselves generally divide into what we call physical and mental mediumship. Now, this is a very broad base because physical and mental mediumship will combine in an endless variety of ways for each medium depending on how information is received. And this is why sometimes psychic information feels different than mediumship information, because the different senses are sort of commingling in a different way depending on the type of work you are doing.
And a little more on the insider secret is that when you have a group of mediums together, the information that you're used to receiving or the way that you are used to receiving information can also change depending on who you're around, what the other gifts of or strongest gifts of those psychics are, and what the strongest gifts of those particular spirits that you might be working with.
So there's not one simple answer.
There's many different answers, and it's all commingled together into this great, wonderful thing that we call the human experience with all kinds of variables. So we do find that there is a lot of misunderstanding around what physical mediumship is. It is just one part of the full alchemy that is mediumship.
So we often see people chasing that big show only to find out that they're booked at a dive bar, right? So here's the thing. Often when you see a physical medium, like certain kinds of channelers, okay,
We're going to use that channeler loosely.
Right, because there are awesome kinds of channelers and there's certain kinds of channelers that are not so awesome but very flamboyant. You might be seeing something that is not as real as they think it is, at leaving potential students misunderstanding their own potential and skill set based on what they don't realize is a really bad example and often a really bad use of true physical mediumship. So they feel like, I can't reach that level, but what they're seeing might not be as great as they think it is or that it appears to be.
So the takeaway is you don't have to go and chase the circus. You can develop your own gifts and run your own sideshow. So typically, the mental phases are going to unfold before the physical ones. It usually starts in your head, right? All of life is in your head, right?
Well, that's really because you have to build up not only stamina, but emotional and mental maturity. More on that in one of the next videos.
So don't forget to catch all of the videos in this series using that link below so that you can have a better basic foundation for mediumship development.
In the next episode, we are going to pull back the curtain to share some pro tips on spirit messages and something called evidential mediumship.
Maybe you've heard of it before. Maybe this is your first time. Either way, we're going to explore that in the next episode. If you've gotten something valuable today and you want more, you might be interested in our metaphysical school and community, Zen Ed Academy. This is where we have focused our life's work with thousands of clients around the globe and where you can take advantage of PhD-backed education, weekly practice, and an amazing, supportive community experience.
Zen Ed Academy is built around our unique NBA method that aligns your body, mind, and spirit, unlocking clarity and confidence in your psychic gifts so you can live your purpose with confidence while enjoying the support of like-minded people.
And if you are ready to level up your psychic mediumship skills, we also have our Advanced Mediumship Training and Certification Program.
If you want to learn more, you can click the links in the description.
Click them all. They're really cool. Since you guys have watched this far and witched this far, be sure to check out the goodies that we've got for you. We've got a lot of goodies. They're out in the links in the description below.
You just went full leprechaun.
If you like this video,
hit the like button.
Hit it hard. And if you want to see more videos like this,
be sure to subscribe.
And spank that naughty bell to turn notifications on.
So you're the first to know
when we drop a new video.
Or go live.
And we know that time is a valuable and precious resource, and the fact that you guys have chosen to spend that with us, we honor and appreciate that. But more importantly, that you're here to level up your life, your skills, and your mind and take everything to a whole new level. We honor and appreciate that even more. If you want some more, be sure to binge on one of our videos somewhere around here. I don't know where they are. I'm sure you can figure it out. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next video. Hopefully he's not stuck in this the whole day.
But it might be. Thanks for watching.